Hi there, Ron here of Variable Play, and welcome to another Open Game Night.
Open game nights.
Finally, we're
Night.
back.
Open
Hi,
Game
guys.
Night.
It's been so long that we've
It's
done
been
a
a week.
weekly show.
but,
Yeah,
but you
it's
know,
been
sometimes it
like
really
a
feels so
week.
long, right? Yeah, it feels so long. So long. Hey,
Mhm.
everybody, I'm Denmark. Thank you for joining us. That one's
Hey
Ron.
everyone, Javi here.
There's Avi.
Alvin, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alvin,
welcome back,
welcome back
Alvin.
to the show, man.
Yeah, it's really good to be back.
Yay,
Long
see?
hair daw, long hair daw, sabi ni Kuya.
Yeah, long hair's the
Yeah.
life. Cool.
So, what have, well, I can start with what I have been playing.
You're excited, aren't you?
I have stuff to share.
I will
Excited
start
to
here.
share board games. Cool. Go
So,
on, Ron.
I finally finished painting Destinies and finally got to play
Ooh.
Destinies. Like proper play.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's good.
Destiny's
So-
good. Really, really good.
So it is really easy to learn. Of course, there are sort of like the interface, there are some misses that you need to have read the rules or at least have seen the rules in order for you to understand. But the app is fantastic. Um, very easy to use, and they made it in such a way that the app sort of extends to your board. So for example, it has these like neat things where you open up a new location and a new person pops up, and let's say when you talk to that person, hi Roel,
Good evening, Ruel.
Hey,
good morning
Ruel.
to you,
Thank you for
Good
joining.
happy
morning.
breakfast.
Good morning for breakfast. Okay, you were
I
saying
watched
some person
Ruel's
pops up.
Verdant playthrough.
Oh, shh!
I
I'm
backed
so
it.
tempted. I actually
I
would like
backed
it.
I backed
Why
it.
did you tell me?
Plantitos and plantitas.
I bet
really
my
can't
wife would
believe
like
that's
that.
a thing.
Anyway,
Yes, it is.
Destinies. You
Sorry,
were saying.
going back to Destinies. Um, so it has this really neat thing of how it extends the app. So you go to a location, it pops open, and you have some points of interest that you can interact. Let's say a person, you tap on the person to talk to that person, and then suddenly, let's say they are selling something, they will tell you set up the shop for this person, and that means you take the items from the item stack based on the numbers. It has these sort of markers that you can put on the board and on the stack. And that now represents that these are there. That also means if you drop an item, you can do the same thing. You have a marker there, you drop the items there, and other people could pick it up. So what happens is that it's not like the game has everything. It's really very smooth how you're moving back and forth between the physical board and the game itself, such that it's always like it feels like it's the whole thing, and you never have this feeling of I just want to stay on screen, because you still
Mhm.
kind of would always go, okay, where do I go next? So you're looking at the board. You're not looking at the screen. You would look at the board because from the board you're really seeing the physical state. And then when you go there, things pop up, you put them there, and you talk to somebody or somebody goes away. It will tell you to remove that person or something new is interacting there. And of course, it still has that QR technology where, oh, do you know my destiny? And you show them your card, and it has this really cool effect, especially when you're using the uh, the PC or the laptop
The-
to play the game, because it's using your webcam. And of course, it's always gonna see you first, and it has this sort of veneer filter sepia thing that's going on that makes it look like you're in that setting, and then you put the QR code in front of it. Because that destiny is
So less
Lost
Chronicles
Alvin.
of Crime, more Mansions of Madness.
huh. It's still both. It's still a lot of both.
Because remember
Um,
when we played Chronicles of Crime, it's just toot
Yeah. QR
Yeah,
and
so
go. QR
correct.
go.
Yeah. So yes, you're agree. It is less that. That's true. It has a little bit more of a Mansions of Madness style, but where I now interact with this person and I have to roll dice. Then
Oh, cool.
the
Mansions of Madness, Lord of the Rings.
the whole stat system is amazing. It has this board
Cool.
where you have 1 to 12, I think, and you have these pegs on those board. It's actually wooden discs, and when you roll, it's depending on how many discs you have. When you level up, you basically gain experience points to move those discs downward. When you lose a
Okay.
level or you lose experience, they go up. So now it's
Okay.
always lose wisdom or whatever the blue thing is, and you're going like, okay, I'm
Select.
okay. I'm okay with with losing a bit of the lower value. I can hit an average here this now, so I'll work with this. Or okay, fine. I want to gain more um, points, so I have to start working these higher pips that I have and bring them down. So that one is pretty
Wow.
interesting. You feel you're leveling up. The only thing that is a little bit odd in the game for me is when you lose something, and maybe that's only because I played it story mode, so it's not challenging. But I think it's the same way for the rest of the game, where when you lose an action, it's always a fail forward. So, for example, you fail to do something, you lose some stat or experience point, but then it gives you this coin, not really coin, an experience that you can cash in to gain two. So you
Okay.
basically lost time, but you kind of gain it back, but not time. You lost the opportunity, but you gain back experience. So
Oh,
I was
Okay,
like
yeah.
thinking,
There's games that have those mechanics that when you lose, you get a reroll.
yeah, but this one is like physically, you're able to like increase your effectiveness. So of course you can
cool.
math the game and like keep doing something that you can fail on,
Cool.
and then
Okay.
keep getting coins and then
We
max
sh-
Yeah,
out.
you are
we
speaking
see
my language. Please go
we
on.
see how much you love this game. Hey guys. Hi Fred.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hey,
for
Fred.
joining.
Evening.
Hello, friend.
Hi Danilin.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
Danny.
And
And
Theo saying
there.
that he turned off his game to listen to Ron. And we see that Ron really loves this game. And Clint is saying, does the game punish you for doing good instead of rewarding you?
So it is remembering, just like in Chronicles of Crime, it is remembering your decisions, your actions. So you could be a bad person and just keep stealing from everyone, the poor, the rich, the
Hey,
sick
just like
people.
what happens in real life. Okay, cool. Cool, go.
Topical. How
Yes.
topical.
Yeah, very current, right? Very current.
All right, right.
And,
I
and, and
cannot
then
say
and,
other things. That's the best I can come up with. So
and then run for office next year. Oh no, okay, that's
there you go. There you go.
See, I'm not allowed to curse and be myself here, but all of these little innuendos, little jabs are
I
fine
didn't say
apparently.
I didn't say anything. Run, run.
followed through. So
One
it
word,
remembers.
wapak.
Oh man. Okay,
Cool.
so
Cool.
going
Got me
back.
interested. Got me interested in the game.
So you could be a good person, you could choose to be a bad person, or somewhere in between, and it remembers it. And there are events that happen in the game that would eventually, because it's not cooperative. That's what's unique about it. Unlike Mansions of Madness or Chronicles of Crime, it's co-op. This one, you guys are racing for your destiny. So
Mm.
you're talking to that person, and just like very video game NPC, that same person talks to another, that same NPC talks to another person and go like, hey, did he say the same thing? Yes, he did. It's an NPC. Ah, friend, thank you for
Someone forgot
we
to log
also
in.
we also have
Stay
to
a
wait
while
for
and
a
listen.
for a mob to spawn again if
Deckard
someone
Cain.
first defeated it.
There are no mob ideas, but the events are timed. So
Mhm.
it eventually
want to
moves.
take a bet on who this is?
I
Hi,
bet it's
Milo.
Clint. See, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, it's Clint right there.
It's Clint. It's Clint.
Okay.
Cool.
The minis
Cool.
are so I liked how I actually liked that they were small, because what I've learned about painting
Minis.
is that you don't need to master the art of getting good at painting. You need to master the art of letting go.
We're now into philosophical stuff right
Really,
now.
wow,
So,
Ron. Yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. It's like you can paint it good, or you can just accept that you painted it that way.
we started the show, then review the game, and now we're doing philosophical stuff. So if you have
Absolutely.
cool.
So the small miniatures, I like it because I would do when I painted them. I had those Berocca bottles, the long one. I have 3 or 4 of them in one go, and I'll just do like one shade, add gray, another shade, add gray, and it just like different variations, and then come back, and I'm done 4 at a time. So
Production
one
line.
day I'm done.
Assembly
I like
line.
There.
Cool.
Enough of
That's the
Destiny.
news for you, right? Cool.
Go ahead.
cool.
You guys can go. I'm too excited.
That's
about the
okay,
game.
man. We want to hear about this. All I have for me this week is my usual Star Realms, and I tried playing It's a Wonderful, wonderful world
World.
again,
Yeah.
and got my ass handed to me. So
From winning last week to
yeah,
getting
to
crushed.
just and like I think double my score. So ouch.
Typical week, right? Typical week.
Nice, good range. Good coverage.
Alvin, what have you been up to? Been playing recently?
Still with Board Game Arena, with office mates, I'm still introducing them, or
Cool.
at least I think the HR kind of contacted me again to
Water
see
deep,
if
water
the,
deep, water deep.
if the board game no if the board game club is
Oh, okay.
still
Okay.
alive in the company, and I showed, yeah, sure, and then so I set it up again, and yeah, so, and then I'm
Cool.
also playing Magic in Arena. So
Woohoo!
Not
Season's about to end.
oh,
You're gonna get,
yeah,
you're gonna get
yeah.
rankings.
I'm stuck in platinum, I think. It's so hard on the limited or the
Dude,
draft formats.
Get them printed.
We have no money to get it printed.
Yeah.
Look,
Cool.
man,
Cool.
they're literally falling out of the sky. If you just open your door and hold your hands out, they just fall out of the sky.
I've been playing. It came. Abandon all artichokes. So fun.
Ooh.
Like for the last my
No, Fred,
my last
unfortunately not.
my last week and next 2 weeks will be so hectic, and it's so nice to sneak in fun games, and it's fun that my family enjoyed it too. My other group in my family who plays Dune Imperium were playing this in a cutthroat way, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a fun game.
No, it's not.
And they were trash talking each other. Oh, sige! Akin na yung sibuyas! Huwag mo kunin niya, huwag mo kunin niya.
Alvin, just saying, man. If you ever want to shift into printed, I can hook you up, man.
Oh my gosh, we have a dealer. You're right.
Yeah, Mr. Kilabi.
Ruel,
Expect that.
Right. Abandon all. It's a perfect family game. It's easy to learn. They're so cute. It's not, you just read and then just play cards. But when you have a very competitive family who tries to outdo each other,
Exactly.
it then becomes something else.
That's where the fun is, really.
Right. We were
Yeah.
enjoying. I enjoy the trash talks going around. Hey, if you get that, you're not having dinner tonight at our house. They're no threats. You can go
Empty
over
threat.
it. But it was overall fun. So there you go. Those are the games that we've been playing for this week. We hope you also have been playing, even though some of us have really hectic weeks, especially the last week of the month. I know some of us are being pestered, being dumped on with a lot of work.
It's the last quarter
The last
of the year.
quarter,
What do
yeah.
you
Right.
expect?
Add to that. Add to
So
that.
we
It's
hope
the last
you're
quarter. No,
having.
does it still fit? Can we still like we can add it in, right? Like
No. All right. So those are the games. And right now, Javi's going to tell us what we're going to be discussing tonight.
Right. So when we were coming up with topics for the show, I just so happened to be in another conversation with some friends that we were kind of just going over like new shows on Netflix. Like like they put out the cartoon for The Witcher that's sort of in the same animation style of Castlevania. That like
Yeah.
so like like video games haven't particularly been that great translated into film,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
video games have done I think a respectable job being translated into a television series because it needs more time to tell a story. A video
Ludo.
game has so much lore and things going for
Yeah.
it that 90 minutes is never going to be enough. Come on, Prince of Persia, my god, what a waste of a movie. It looked really nice, but
Assassin's Creed.
come on, inside like it's there's never the entire Resident Evil
Hey.
series, okay, but
Just
now
waiting for God of
like
War.
Assassin's Creed, except that last part. That one was
Dude,
weird.
it's like Avatar. I'm like, is this
It
Avatar?
is Avatar. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. All right. Go
I don't know
ahead.
why. No, Avatar doesn't count, man. But okay. So basically, the same kind of topic started running in my head, and I thought that, okay, there's one terrible example that comes to mind, and that's Battleship. That they took the concept of a board game and tried to make a movie out of it, and it bombed so bad. Not even Rihanna could have
Battleship.
saved
It
that. It
bombs.
is a piece of
It bombed.
Okay, so taking
But
that
they were-
idea,
They were able to
No,
mechanically put it in.
No.
Yes, like
Yeah.
that scene.
In like
That scene.
Okay,
That's
look,
like, oh,
the
you
movie
can't see them.
Doom had the rock in first person view for like 5 minutes. Yeah, they crammed it in, but it still didn't make sense.
Of course they did. It's like, oh, we can't see them. Let's make a grid.
yeah.
It's like Captain Sonar.
So bad. So taking that same kind of argument that if board games would have been translated into a TV series instead, that
TV series
They're-
or movies.
no,
TV
no, no.
series or
That's
movie?
not 90 minutes. No. Like it has to be a show, not maybe a
Okay.
full series.
Okay,
but
okay.
basically, it really needs more time. And I think that there are a lot of board games that have nice lore or stories that can be translated. So today, I thought that for our topic that we could, pitch board game ideas or board game concepts that could possibly make great series in
6
any
seasons in a
network of your
movie.
choice.
6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
6
So
seasons
maybe
in a
maybe your
movie.
board game will be 6 seasons
That's
in a
from the
movie.
that's from the show Community.
It's gonna be like a
So cool.
Lisboa,
So-
You know what?
or-
Actually, there is one series that deserves that. 6 seasons in a movie. That should have been Game of Thrones. Like, if they could make up for that horrendous last season with a movie, I would actually still give it a shot.
Oh yeah.
You'll
Absolutely.
pardon the last season,
Game of
right?
Thrones, the movie. We're sorry.
So our caveats are we're not gonna be discussing existing IPs, right?
Yeah, no,
Movie
I mean,
IPs like
okay, look,
Dune,
there are,
Dune's not
there
gonna
are
count.
IPs that have been turned into board games. Like, okay, Firefly was a TV show, they made it to a board game. There would be no sense for us to pitch it the other way around. So it
Right,
basically
right.
we're talking about existing IPs in board games that do not have any connection with existing IPs in television or movies.
Oh no, that's my number one.
No.
Okay.
Maybe my explanation isn't. We can make it a little vague. Okay, like if you do have, let's say, for Norse or Greek mythology or something like that, if it's general enough, sure, like there's enough that can share that idea and use it. But I'm talking like, let's say, Marvel. Come on,
Oh, okay.
it's there already. So
Yeah.
Cool. It's low hanging fruit.
right, right.
All right, cool. 3 each. Think we can do 3 each.
Yeah, we might
Yeah.
we
Yep,
might actually
yep,
be
I
able
can
to
do-
go longer. I think, but
Right. Let's see. Let's see.
I
Are we
have
gonna
who'd
throw
like
in
to-
people
honorable
who would like to
Yeah,
add
I've-
as our actors?
They so, sure.
you know what? No, if it's I know if it's really part of your pitch, that's fine. Go ahead. If it helps make the case, why not?
We're all just gonna say Nicolas Cage, and then everything's good.
There's certain games that he cannot be a part of. I'm sorry.
Or Steve Buscemi. That's it. Like, dude.
Actually, you know what? Wow, that kind of touches one of the games I have on my list.
All right, let's get started then
Okay.
before we spoil everybody's list. All right, let's go. Who's gonna
Who
start?
wants to start?
Okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
can go first.
Go,
All
Ron.
right, then
Or
let's run
Alvin,
clock.
do you
Go,
want to
Ron.
go first so we can have Abby and then these are main movie buff guys.
Yeah.
So-
Do you want me
Cool.
to start instead?
well, we
Go.
can have you last. That way, the expectations.
All right,
can-
all right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then
You're
Alvin's
the main
Alvin
one that
start.
will
Start,
know, so-
start.
Go
So
for
Alvin
it.
has
Alvin
to start.
starting then. Yeah.
Okay.
Go Alvin.
Okay. So for my number 3, it's actually kind of like a meta pick. The board game is The Networks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
okay.
All
All
right.
right, all right.
It can be a comedy show about, the rival networks improving their shows by all manners of stars, advertisements, and wacky shows. And then, just like the board game, they will have a lot of, it will rip a lot of pop culture references because it just doesn't have any budget. So Agents of Shampoo,
Cool.
I forgot the other. That's the only thing that I can remember from that game. So yeah, I think I'm not sure about any other I've not watched a show.
So like
This is
kind of
it's a show about a TV network. So like 30 Rock, like studio
Rival TV
Studio 60
network
on the
battling
Sunset Strip.
together.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that there are, but the most common one like that is always news oriented. That they're like a news company. So if it's the entertainment
Yeah, this one is
side, that
it's a
sounds
whole
interesting.
network where
Yeah, it's a
you're
whole
plugging
network.
in- yeah, plugging in different shows, right? And you're trying to draft the actors, and so it'll be like different
Time slots.
Yeah,
skits from different people, and
Interesting. Yeah.
so
and
That
then
would
just
work.
pulling
I'd
out
watch
any
that.
star that you can find out on the street, just so you
Yes.
could actually have a show on the 10 p.m. time slot.
yes,
Can you tell the weather? Can you stand behind a
Yes.
blue screen? Get in there.
let's go.
Cool.
This
So that's
what
the
only
network.
one example comes to mind, and it's not actually a TV show. If you've ever seen UHF,
No.
that Weird
No.
Al had his own public access channel.
Oh, okay.
So they had like the dumbest shows like Wheel of Fish and stuff that sponsors with Spatula City.
I realized, Alvin, that it will be the first series where when you draft who you would pick, they just line up and you go like you.
You.
It's like the line
and then,
with the
and then
police.
and then you can skip people, right? And put coins on them. I'm sorry, I'm skipping you. I'm skipping you also.
Yeah, you'll be late. You'll be for later, or you'll probably get an actor, and for the whole entirety of your seasons, he or she just doesn't get drafted. He will just be in
Yes.
your green room waiting for that one scene that he will finally show, but
Oh my
he just doesn't
gosh.
appear.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
The
yeah.
the network.
The networks,
network.
yeah. So yeah,
All right. Cool. Okay. So mine is it's a fantasy series about a world in ruin, and the surviving people are clamoring in
So
the
we're
for a
really
new
pitching
leader
this, right?
that will bring them back to glory. The game is Path of Light and Shadow.
Ooh,
Okay.
Good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
Our hero is played by the true Mother Queen, Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Okay? We join her as she travels the lands, recruiting followers along the way, all in the hopes of building an army strong enough to take over the ruined kingdoms of the old. As she gains influence and her warband grows, not everyone in her tribe can
Really
help
wrote this
her
down.
with her goal.
He took this seriously.
You really wrote down a script. You made a
Will
blurb.
will she be merciful and welcome
Is this the back of a DVD or something?
will she be merciful and welcome them along, or be cruel and call them from her ranks?
This is from the manual.
Tune in to find out. Oh, hold
Her
on.
choice will be her path of light and shadow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Michael.
Hey,
Thank you
Michael.
for joining.
Good evening.
Nice.
Good evening.
That is my game.
Hi,
Path of
Michael.
Light and Shadow.
Good pick. I think that Path of Light and Shadow fills in a good fantasy element. That okay, like there's a big hole that Game of Thrones left behind, and like shows like The Witcher, and maybe that other one, something Bones. But that's really more
Flesh and
modern.
Bone. The one with
Yeah, well, there's a couple of shows that are trying to fill in that fantasy element. So I think that is actually a needed genre now.
Yeah,
Right.
And I think all of the different races of in Path of Light and Shadow is very interesting. It's always sort of very based on what territory you're in. So I think there's so much story that you can actually tell there. And then the whole weird numerai / weird alien, but they're not really alien people in there that are just also that can join you in your tribe just for you walking along. Hey, new land. Oh, before you leave, these guys want to join you. Oh, really? Okay, fine. Come along. And it will be that.
There,
the whole
Fred put it down. Shadow and Bone. Thank you.
Shadow. So that's going to be
That's
that
what I
whole
said.
show. No, you said Flesh and Bone,
Yes,
Fine.
That's a
Thinking
card
of a magic card.
which is actually Flesh and Blood.
Yes.
Okay.
I
That is
hate
my
you
game,
guys.
Path of Light and Shadow.
Cool. Cool.
All right, Denmark. Time to recover, man. What you got? What you got?
All right, fine. I just want to get this out there, but this is my cheat first. This doesn't count, but I want to see the whole Lovecraft theme. I have to say this. It's like American Horror Story. Each season, different place, different story. But they, like what you said earlier, they have Lovecraft Country already. So that's why I'm throwing it out already. Na this won't count. But I was
Right,
imagining it to be every American Horror Story. Anyway, my number 3 will be Nidavellir. Wait,
Okay.
listen first.
Okay.
The story goes for Nidavellir is that
So it's going to
the
be a
ancient-
grayscale. TV
the
series.
ancient evil
shows in
dragon
black
is
and white.
awakened, right? So what
Uh-huh.
do? You are part of the recruiting team and you go and recruit dwarves. Here's the story. How do you recruit dwarves who are all drunk? So each episode will be you trying to talk to other other dwarves.
HR the show.
This is a comedy trying to recruit them. You're gonna be like, you're gonna try to recruit a miner who's drunk, a hunter who's drunk, all the while competing with the other guy who's beside you who's trying to recruit him too. So you're gonna coins. I just found it funny, like, why? How would he recruit them if they're all drunk? And he's gonna do it every day. So I kind of figured that,
But is
that would be a
really
good
the
show.
setting of Nidavellir?
Well, that means
Yes.
that if
Yes.
they were,
Really
if
drunk.
they were,
Recruit
if they were
dwarves.
drunk,
Yes.
if they
In
were
the
drunk
tavern.
the night
Oh.
that they were recruited, it doesn't mean that it carries over. That they're perpetually drunk. They sober up the following day.
But
Yeah,
I
and
know,
then they
but
drink again.
it will be from the perspective of the guy who's trying to recruit them while competing with 4 other guys.
So it's like the office or something like that.
It's always
That'll
going to
be
be
a
like, guys, wait lang. Guys.
Wow. Okay.
Need a Dude, that would work, right? See, off, go, recruit people.
Hey, there's a YouTube series, right, where it's Drunk History,
Yes.
where they
No, but
literally
that's
is
one.
podcast-
That's one person. One
Yeah, so
person is
now
supposed to
make it
tell
more
you a
chaotic with-
historical story while they're drunk.
Yes. So now make it more chaotic with more people that are drunk trying to persuade other people that are also drunk.
There
do
you go.
something.
See,
That's called watching sports. No football. Just you have to watch it to understand it. Like, but we're all drunk. Like, how
And
do
the
we understand?
punchline is you're gonna try to get all of these drunk dwarves together to fight a dragon and hope you're gonna win. Some
Okay.
of them will all be miners. Some of them will all be blacksmiths. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I would like to see how that would end. Anyway, that's my
Surprisingly,
pick.
the miners do a good job against the dragon. If you played
Right.
Nidavellir.
The billiard. There you go.
All
I was
right.
just looking at my
Cool.
stat. All right, your turn,
So
Javi.
I actually have more than 10 listed, so I
Oh
have
my gosh.
way too much to share. But instead, I'm gonna choose some that is just, I think, interesting, or that these are ideas that don't necessarily exist at this time. So, have you guys seen Snowpiercer,
Yeah,
the
Yes.
movie
that
and the
bullet
series?
train.
The series
The
has kind of
series-
started,
Okay.
but the movie.
Yeah, but
Second
fair
season
enough.
of
So,
the
but
first
if you've seen the series, so you kind of have an idea of like its claustrophobic nature, and also at the same time how they can make a train actually seem bigger than it's supposed to be. Now, take
And
something
longer.
like Murder on the Orient Express. Take something like the Darjeeling Limited. That, there's a lot of movies that are done in like trains. Now, what if you take that concept and you just put in 6 unique characters all on a train for one season trying to rob it? And that is Colt Express.
Colt Express.
So you have
Da-da-da-da.
6 unique characters that you can get to know. They all have their own little rivalry. They're all
Punch.
criminals. You also
Punch,
have the
punch.
sheriff, who's the bad guy of the show. So you're technically rooting for anti-heroes. And you can kind of see the scale. And you can even go weirder, and you can go all wild, wild west with it, and even throw in Will Smith if you wanted to. Put spider legs on the damn
With the
train,
spider-
but you don't have to. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that would work.
basically, it's contained enough that this is you're not going to get more than one season out of this. Like maybe 10 episodes of them robbing a train, and that's maybe 10 hours or even less of just total chaos of 6 people trying to rob that thing at once.
Hello, Jake. Thank you for joining us. That would work.
Hey,
When you were saying Colt Express, remember how at the end of the game of this of the wait at the turn you're gonna
every round has a rule.
Every round.
there's a rule, right? I remember there's a picture of someone who's hanging on a plank and then he's gonna go forward that way. So that
Yeah, that they get thrown to the caboose, right?
it was playing in my head when you're saying Colt Express. Yeah, right. That would work too, right? How
That
are
means
they gonna
there's a
that?
scenario where you get kicked out by the passengers of the cart and you have to end up on the roof.
And then you
Or
shoot
that there's
someone, but it's a
second
blank.
briefcase introduced. So basically, the
Cool.
plot itself is very, very
Cool.
thin. But since you do have characters that are supposed to be iconic or kind of like caricatures of existing Western legends, you can kind of play
That'll
around with
work.
that too.
That would work. Good call. Good call. Colt
Nice,
Express
nice,
with
nice.
Will Smith. All right,
So
guys.
Well,
Can
no,
we
if you
go
want to go with the
through-
Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West, okay, that's when you bring in Will Smith.
Yes.
Wait, let's bring
let's
this
go
in.
through.
Oops,
I
I'm
think
sorry,
there's-
Alvin. And
there.
No,
So-
no movie, never happening. Then the animated series is apparently greenlit, and even I am telling you,
that's for next year. It's
I'm
Jace, right?
still looking forward to it. I am still hoping
no,
to
it's
see.
not Jace, it's Gideon.
I don't care.
'Cause he's
I just want to
Superman.
see an elf drink some juju juice and then start to grow.
That's the
G-Growth.
Right? That's all. I'm happy.
Juju juice.
You just they bounce and then
A 1-1
and then
Llanowar elf.
they, 1-1 Llanowar elf,
Drinking-
and then they smack the giant and then shrink back down.
But
I'm
you know
happy.
what they
Just-
don't? You know what they don't put in any of these magic movies and properties that I want to see? An actual counter spell.
Yeah.
Just
You
like you
swap
about
the potion of the
just like
giant
you
bro.
you summon up lightning and then just like nothing happens. Like,
or the lightning goes back.
And
The
when
lightning
they
goes
do
back.
that, they need to actually quote the magic, the
Cards.
how
What
the
flavor
flavor
text?
in magic. You know where it's probably not good spell anyway. Stuff like that. Where that's the actual quote in
You
counter
don't
spell.
need that.
Yeah, so if that would be perfect. Like whenever a spell is countered, they would
That's not
actually quote.
that's not a good spell anyway. Cool.
It's not spell in there.
How about this?
Black
Black
Rose
Rose
Wars.
Wars.
I
It's
think there's a
Tournament of
few more in
Mages.
between. So we got Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but
But
it's a
Dragon
movie
Ball-
already.
Already
Yeah,
a movie, yes.
Dragon Ball Z is not a board game property.
Okay, so
Coup.
Black Rose
Actually,
Wars.
Coup is
Gotcha.
interesting.
So the
So-
Black Rose Wars will be a battle royale of mages for each episode.
But you know what this
Mm.
is? When you say a tournament of mages, this is also seasons, which is also a tournament of mages.
Mhm.
Right.
There's even this. There's another game that comes to mind also, like Wiz Wars. That in the tournament of mages type situation. I mean, you're pretty much looking at Ghost Fighter or Flame of Recca. It's gonna be like another tournament thing that every episode. Like,
Lalabas ko na. Isang daang
All right. we tried to stay away from obvious giveaways like Game of Thrones, Legend of the Five Rings. That's that's
well,
gonna happen.
Yeah, but L5R does have an RPG, so
it does. It
have
also
lot
has a
more of it.
novels, a series of novels.
Yeah, but I think
and
L5R would make a fantastic
Yeah.
movie.
Really good. Yes.
it
Root,
would.
Root was a good suggestion. I think Root would make a great animated
Scythe?
series.
Scythe is,
Yeah.
of course, definitely gonna be an awesome movie.
No,
Right now
it's gonna be a political movie.
No,
An economic
no,
movie. That's it.
No, please, no.
No, it's gonna be
else.
about farming.
Please. See,
It's gonna be Scythe is gonna be about Tesla hiding and no one cares and no one knows what the hell happened to him.
I,
That's it.
Right, it's gonna
I
be-
want that episode when they finally make it to the factory and it's just some grand.
It's just a
ass
barn. It's just a
empire.
barn with all those chickens inside. And then spoiler alert at the end, like Tesla has a daughter. It's like, what? Okay, then that's it. Cliffhanger. That's it. Then nothing happened the
No,
whole season.
It will be mechs, like super big mechs that are always very polite.
That won't-
Excuse me.
That
I
won't
can't-
work.
I can't pass on your
I
land.
can cross
Can
the
you-
river.
Can you
But
can you
that
step
would
aside?
make for,
This
that
is a
would make for a
passenger.
great
Cross the
episode
river.
of them trying to cross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rust. I can't cross. I haven't upgraded my techie.
I don't have a.
But
um,
actually, that also there's a good part that in Scythe, the resources that you have, you don't have to like bring back to your base. You can spend it where it lies. Because if it would have to translate into like a series, you'd have episodes of humans dragging barrels of oil through so much
Like
territory.
10 barrels of oil. Okay,
The
fine.
Yeah,
Talisman.
Nemesis also, yeah, definitely.
Ah,
would have been
but
good.
Nemesis is
Talisman.
aliens.
Yes.
Anyway,
No,
Talisman
no, so
animated.
Aliens has a movie franchise, but there is no TV series. So I think that even like Dead Space had like cartoons. That I think that there is sci-fi horror in TV. When was the last time that you saw sci-fi horror, like a true sci-fi horror?
What's that game?
Not
again?
like The Strain, because that's still on Earth. I'm talking in space.
Event Horizon.
Movie.
Escape.
Fine. Series. We're talking series.
I mean, the board game Escape. I forgot the
Yeah. Okay.
Escape.
All right, fine. Can we go
Okay,
to Talisman
let's
now?
pick up
Kio's
Talisman.
Talisman.
How long?
So Talisman
Uh,
animated. Each episode features one of the base characters, but in different time placements. Then everything they do in each episode is later on shown to be affecting.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you.
Hey, I
Sorry,
just saw
sorry,
that.
sorry.
And I haven't
Directing
even read all of it.
characters.
It just said Jeff Goldblum. I approve.
Yes, agree. Different experience. Last episodes, they show one by one that they're encountering each other, then find out the bigger, badder antagonist. Then season 2 is one of the primary expansions. Okay, so basically, you already have a whole plot. This is gonna be more than 6 seasons long, man. This
Yeah.
Talisman as a series would be like 2 decades worth
but you have to throw in something to make it interesting, and I think that they should make Talisman more of like a noontime show, like Dynasty or like the Savannah. Like just throw in some
Soap.
like
It's a soap.
B,
It's a soap
B
drama.
level actors in a soap in a Talisman.
You
Alright.
guys, you guys
It
saw
would
that,
be
right?
great
The-
translated in Tagalog.
No, stop it. Desky was saying
Agimat.
Anachrony with Goldblum, Michael Rooker, and Russell. It's rulers of
Yeah.
different faction.
Agree,
Supported
agree.
by Roni. Okay.
Yeah, agree.
Uh,
I would
it
love to
was-
see Anachrony with
Spyfall
Jeff
as-
Goldblum.
An animal documentary from a perspective of a spy. What?
Okay, that's kind of unique. But it
Okay.
may,
Okay,
yeah.
I got a butt in there because I actually have Spyfall in
Fine. Okay.
in
Then
my-
then we read the others again. Okay, go on. Go.
Yeah.
Number 2.
so
Wait. Alvin, number 2. Wait for Ron.
Yeah.
Go, Alvin.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's my number 4 anyway. We're only doing 3.
Okay.
Go.
So yeah, so basically my version of Spyfall. I agree with. Can you bring up the Spyfall again? Where's the Spyfall? How did they do
Wait,
Spyfall?
where did it go?
Spyfall.
So animal documentary, perspective of the spy. I didn't do that. I went with so Spyfall is a Japanese reality TV show where contestants play in teams and are trying to hide themselves in plain sight.
You really took this assignment
Oh
seriously.
yeah, you see, I have my game show too, man. I had my game show idea was cash and guns. Have celebrities pointing guns at each other for
So
real
and then
money.
yeah, and then on them they have RFIDs and they have to like scan the other person. They have to hide on their body the RFID, so they have to really find them, and they're spies all over there, and they could
So,
be hiding.
okay, yeah,
So
it truly is
Japanese
a
style.
Japanese game show because you're introducing groping.
Yes.
Okay, Alvin, number 2, Alvin.
Okay, yeah.
You're number 2, Alvin.
Okay. So my number 2 is a dystopian sci-fi about alien life forms semi-cooperating with each other to harvest the energy from a dying star.
Is this Saul?
Yes,
Yes,
The
it's Saul.
Expanse meets Armageddon with an intro like of the Valerian, the City of Thousand Planets, showing the early cooperation from the different life forms. So yes, it's Saul, Last
Ooh.
Days of a Star.
Yep. Have you ever
Sci-
seen the movie? I think it's called Sunshine. That the sun is like about to burn out, and they're
Oh,
trying to
really?
send a bomb towards it to reignite the sun.
Yeah, I saw this one.
Yeah.
I can't. This
When I remember
is
reigniting
familiar.
something, I always remember that thing where they dug down the earth so that they can reignite the core.
The core. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Saul will be a drama.
Yeah.
Sci-fi
Yeah.
drama, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's space
Every
opera.
episode just ends like every time they do something, it becomes hopeless again.
Oh, no. Everybody's waiting for the solar flare. That's how the whole
Yes.
series would work. So it's gonna be for 3 seasons. At the end, the solar flare will happen per season. At the end of the season, the solar flare will happen, and people will be like, "Yay, solar flare!"
Yay. and then
And then when you throw the sun divers to the core, the I don't want to miss a thing starts to play.
No, no.
Aerosmith part of the show.
Hey, can I use your portal? Here's money. Thank you. Cool. Saul, Dying Days of a Sun, right? That's so
All right.
cool. Right,
Yeah.
that will work. Cool.
Okay,
All right.
my number 2 is a reality TV show
Oh
of
my God, I should have wrote it this way.
GMs.
I knew it. This will pop up somewhere in his list.
and
It's
their
impossible that
everyday
it won't.
and their everyday challenge they face, moving cargo across the canal. So hidden cameras gives us a glimpse
Evergreen
world.
the series.
of the murky world of customs logistics, from crew problems, government bribes, military inspections,
Dude, Discovery Channel will
port-
buy your show.
port congestion,
Yeah,
and
and then they'll
pirates.
call it Dangerous Catch.
And my star of the show One of the GMs is actually Ryan Lockett. So before owning a shipping line, he used to be a board game designer, artist slash publisher. Realizing
He
he couldn't
thought this
bring the
through.
board games through the Kickstarter on time,
Damn, man,
he took
damn.
matters to his own hand.
He
And-
microed this.
Hey, Ivan.
So the game that I will turn into a reality TV show is Panamax.
Panamax. Hi, Ivan. Panamax. Brought to you by the Discovery Channel.
And Paolo
Your trailers will be how to remove the container van stuck in the Suez Canal with logistics and everything
the
else.
trailers would be like people
Now
just
that's the
lining up.
music.
season finale.
Wow.
Cliffhanger.
Wow.
They would
They're
be
showing
like,
the huge ships trying to cross the canal. Wow. Like that.
and right, there's gonna be this open. The canal will have locks, right, and then drain out the water, and then move forward, and then open the locks again. That's your whole show.
yes,
Yeah.
and they would be talking about the issues like, hey, why is this?
So it's a
this guy,
documentary.
exactly. Why is this guy taking so long?
Actually, no, it's like, no,
And then it would be like the crew.
It really sounds like it would be like a History Channel series. Just like Deadliest Catch, the Ice Road Truckers, and just like
Yeah.
Panamax.
Yeah. The business is failing.
I like how you say
problem-
Panamax. And then the current
Okay.
season will be about the shipping shortage and how to just get
Yes.
over it, right? That's
Them
Right,
trying to
it's
survive it, and it's all
It's a
going to
show
be
for
like,
eco-
I'm not sure we're going to be here for the next season. All of our shipments are delayed.
so it's like
it's
American
it's
Choppers.
reality. Yeah.
it's like
Like
American Choppers,
Rust to
Uh,
Riches.
storage wars, because you're talking to the camera and you're bringing the fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, confessionals.
That's a show.
Yeah, we're on hour 3 of this custom check, and we're delayed, and I don't think that we're going to be able to get our money back for this. And we put a lot of time and resources into it. Got to pay my guys overtime. Going to have to put out another mortgage on my home.
Cool. That would work.
Yes.
Right.
Um,
Cool.
Discovery.
Discovery,
Channel.
heard it here first.
Man. Better shot, trust me.
All right, Denmark. You're number
I have
two.
a love story, or if you could do it, a rom-com about someone who is trying to figure out who she's gonna fall in love with, but she needs 4 letters to figure to find out who she's
For a
gonna fall in
moment, that
love
was
with.
what popped in my head. When we were going.
I have I have Love Letter, the Princess Edition. Don't look, guys, listen. You're supposed to the setting of Love Letter is that the parents and it's basically Elsa. Her parents died. Then she isolated herself in her tower. And now you know that she's the next in line and you're gonna try to court her. And
So that means that there's like voiceovers of like reading the love letter, but in like the character's voice, right?
right.
Can you please
or
have Hodor be one of them?
or you're gonna follow the letter as it passes to from the guard or from how are they gonna bully the guard by the Baron or
Oh, I just thought of something that would make this hilarious. Have
a
you guys
rom-com.
have you
It's
ever
hilarious.
watched Bram Stoker's Dracula?
yeah
The entire
Winona
duration
and-
of
Winona
Keanu
and-
Reeves'
and
love
Keanu.
letter. My
Yeah.
dearest love. Whoa. Have
No, but-
his
but think-
voice, Keanu Reeves. I so forlong to see you again.
me and my wife were imagining how the letter would be passed and how if someone catches the letter they're gonna burn it and then you're not gonna fall in love with this guy.
Now
Something
that's
like that.
nighttime TV right there. Right after like Dynasty. Love that.
Right, see, Love Letter, the Princess Edition. And then finally, when she gets 4 letters, she doesn't know who it is. She just falls in love with it because they're the ones who sent 4 letters and completed the story. So there, that's it. One
And then
season.
you'll have a a different season, but it's now in Japan. Another
Now it's in
season where it's
Japan.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman love
And
and then Adventure Time loot letter.
And then loot letter, and then yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Fair
There,
enough.
si
Hey, there
Keo
you go.
knows it. Dearest Mina, I know Kung Fu.
There you go. So I was thinking you can shoot it from the perspective, attach a GoPro on a letter, and just like move it this way, and it goes to whoever gets it. And it's like the guard will be, "Are you part of our group?" "Yes, we're all guards." "All right, cool. You're not gonna die today." Never mind.
Wow.
I-
I know,
See?
the thing is, if
See?
it's
It
treated
would
really like
work,
a
dude.
comedy, like how Princess Bride is,
It would
like
work.
have like the Andre the Giant stuff like that. Sure, I think that if it's given that Mel Brooks love story treatment, it can work.
Dude, and the countess gets mad at the prince or the king because she thought that the love letter was for her. That's why she doesn't like those guys. Like, never mind. I'm going to watch this anyway. My number two is love letter.
Okay, so for my number two, I wanted to go with a setting and an idea that kind of exists, but doesn't really have a show yet. So I was going through different ideas. Like the very first one that came to mind was like bootleggers. But
Okay.
there is Boardwalk Empire, there's Peaky Blinders, that there's a lot of already that
Peaky
kind of have that
Blinders.
gangs and prohibition stuff. So that's why Steve Buscemi, when you mentioned him, that this was on my short list. But you guys have seen the Sherlock Holmes series. You've seen all of the Victorian era stuff, the Jack the Ripper stuff. Now, imagine if you brought in the concept of the illusionist and the prestige. Have a TV show about rival
Magic?
magicians, Tricarion.
Tricarion. Right. Cool.
Nice.
Right.
There is no.
Setting
I
up
don't
the
think
whole
that
thing.
I don't think that there is a TV show about magicians in that kind of setting. That you put them in that time period, this whole steampunk Tesla stuff, just like all in the area of the prestige, and you just have to make it a rivalry that
Yeah.
it's not 90 minutes. It can still have that Christopher Nolan prestige style to it, but can last for so long. You can stretch that with fake deaths and everything that you could imagine.
No, and then in between the seasons, the season break will be this guy who's gonna come out who's wearing black mask and they're just showing everything and how it happened.
No, but the thing is there,
He
the
was-
series itself
he was
debunks
breaking-
also how tricks are done. You can bring in the whole Houdini thing.
Breaking
But-
the magician's code guy.
Right. Or
Yes.
actually, you can have actual magicians in episodes sort of featuring what they do. They're just put in that different setting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tricarion
look,
with David Blaine.
Luke Cage had musicians in the villain's bar every episode, and I was able to discover some great artists that way. So I think that it is a platform that hasn't really been done on TV. There are at least some movies about magicians, but I can't remember a TV show.
Yeah. Now you see me.
Big Bang Theory.
Again, see again, movie again.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
I like
That's our
Tricarion.
number twos. And we have this one. That's a low hanging fruit.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Master Chef. Point salad.
Okay.
That would work.
So you guys are like drafting for
Healthy
ingredients, right? And at the end you cook it and you get points based on what dishes you were able to come up with. But there's only one onion, or like no, not there's only one.
No.
It comes
There
out
is
in a
one
conveyor
recipe.
belt,
Yeah,
and
you know those shows.
try to
Like
get-
in not Hell's Kitchen. What's a Top Chef or something? They have the limited pantry concept that they only have a certain amount of ingredients and
You
one
flip it
onion
over. It
to
becomes
all
an
the
ingredient.
contestants.
Yeah. So if you can't use it, you can flip it over and it becomes a recipe.
I'm missing a potato. It says here on my list. I'll flip it over. All right, cool. It's a potato. But I can't flip
basically
it back.
you lose a dish, right? You lose a dish,
Right.
But it
You
becomes
use an ingredient.
you lose a dish, but it becomes an ingredient. Yep. Agree,
Cool,
agree.
cool.
What
Uh,
else? So,
Flam Rouge, Alvin, as a TV sports drama series.
Yeah,
The
I
nice.
would
drama.
actually. There's actually an anime called Yowamushi Pedal, and it's about biking. It's so
Yeah.
I thought
awesome. You know,
Golden Boy is also about biking, right?
But it has to be like Blades of Glory level. There has to be like a Will Ferrell in that or something. Like,
The drama will happen while they're resting, and they're like,
have you guys seen? There's a movie that the Lonely Island guys did that about the I think the Tour de France. It
you
was called
mentioned the story.
Tour de Pharmacy. Well, that one it's a movie, but yeah, series I think would be really good.
we we also have Fury of Dracula, purely from the hunter's
And
perspective, and
hey,
every
you
episode is
you
a new
skipped a
country.
good evening, man.
Where? No, I did not. We greeted one. Oh, hi, Nick. Nick,
Hi,
he
Nick.
didn't say good evening. He said he forgot Thursday. So
No, here. Kawaii,
Where?
kawaii, folks. Hi,
we,
Ivan.
we greeted Ivan earlier.
No, we didn't.
Hi,
Yeah.
Ivan.
We did.
No, we didn't. I'm pretty sure
Alright.
because it stopped right after that last comment we read.
Okay, cool. All right, so there you go. That's our number twos. How about our top one? What's
Yeah, it
yours,
was
Alvin?
already discussed, but yeah. So follow the lives of our fallen heroes as they fight back for their pride and country in this 1920s alternate history
Squite.
epic TV series.
Squite.
Vantage point style. So we explore the different heroes and their background until their eventual encounters and rising tension with their neighbors and the spreading of news that the factory hums again. So I think this is the one that actually deserves the 6 seasons in a
I
movie,
agree.
where the last episode of season 6, that's the time that they will only reach the factory, and that the
And
mechs
there's
will only
nothing.
battle on in the movie a la Pacific Rim.
Mm.
Only
So
in
your
the
hero-
So much build up and just like
Yeah.
watch the movie to see what happens next. Like, no.
Dude, I'll watch that. I'll watch how Jack evolves from a small cub into a big bear and,
Yeah.
and everything. And Chandra
I would
and how they
still,
do
I
it.
would still, yeah, pay for it just to see a mech, and they can't step on a villager
Water.
because it's not polite.
Yeah.
No.
So if there's
They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose popularity.
Yeah,
You
like,
step
uh,
on me.
Yeah, it's gonna be good by the
And-
workers.
and
Hey, we're
if you have-
farming.
yeah, if there's so many villagers in one go, like it
Yeah.
becomes too powerful. Like you're not. It's like the mech is like, oh, excuse me.
Javi hates this and imagine that there's an airship hanging and no one passes. It's like we can
Yeah.
pass. Why? There's an airship hanging.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but you know, like you can't pass, but then there's like there's like one human with like 4 barrels of oil and metal and stuff, like walking by with keys. You're like, that doesn't make sense.
I believe I saw a meme of this. I saw a meme of this. I'm not sure if it was Nick that made it, but it was basically like one meeple, like no,
Yeah, I have that sticker. I have that sticker. It's right here.
diba?
I have that one.
Tinawanan pala ngayon eh. It's like, ano?
Or how about this one?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
And
But,
that's
you know,
for Javi
Back to
and
the-
Kiyo's show.
but you know, but the tricky thing about something like Forbidden Island is that they have to decide up front, like when they write the show, are they gonna let the heroes out?
Yeah.
Because the
Are
game
they
has
gonna
very
let them win?
specific rules that if one person dies, you or gets left behind, you fail already.
It's Jumanji. It's basically Jumanji.
No, well, no. See, Jumanji.
The new Jumanji with
Okay,
with
that they all
The
have
Rock
to get out.
and
Okay.
they all got out. Even the ones that they left behind in the first. Never
Right,
mind.
right.
Okay, go. I might spoil things.
Okay. Okay.
Alvin number one.
Kyo adds exploding kittens. Beta edition.
edition.
The contestants
Nothing
are
happens there. The Pita edition is just guys drawing cards like, your turn, your turn. Like there's nothing that explodes.
as long as it's not the
So
pirated edition.
imagine the World Poker Tour, but no one wins the pot. Exploding Kittens PETA edition.
The
I
whole
love this
deck has no
episode.
kittens.
That's why
This
it's
episode
Yeah.
can
No kittens
last
were
for
harmed.
hours.
I told you I have so much written down.
We
All
should
right,
make a
number
part
one.
2 of this one.
We'll do.
Alvin, number 1.
No,
Yes,
he said
Scythe.
Scythe.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Scythe.
So it's my turn.
Yeah, it
Alright,
was
okay,
Scythe.
okay.
Ron.
Okay, so my turn. So it's a sci-fi series also, where space travel is at its gold rush era, where gold is in the form of alien artifacts. So war,
Oh, nice,
oppression, chaos, space horses, alien artifacts. Our heroine of the story is played
Did you
by
say
Alice.
Space
Star-Lord.
Forces?
Space horses, yes.
Brave
So,
Star, like 2020?
30-30.
Yeah.
30-30.
not I'm even thinking of Saber Rider.
The cowboy, the
Yes.
British guy, or the one who's what's
the
the red one? I forgot the red one.
the American racer and then the girl.
The cowboy and then
And
the
they,
British.
they,
Anyway,
they- yeah. So
Your
going
alien
back, so
artifact.
our heroine for the story is played by Alice Braga. So she's the one in Queen of the South, if you guys don't know, who has taken over a space cartel. She is seeking to avenge her husband who was killed because of an alien artifact. So unbeknownst to her, this artifact can restore or end all life. Alien artifacts.
Wonder Woman 84. No? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wonder
So-
Woman
Please,
84.
please don't bring traumatic things like that up.
Hey, but that guy who was the bad guy, he made a great job. Pedro Pascal.
Well, you know what? Just Mando. Just forget Wonder Woman 1984. He can be the Mandalorian. That's fine.
Yes, but it could be better. That's
So
that
the-
line, right?
the whole the reason why I like alien artifacts into a series would be it's basically your crew and you're sort of building up ships, you're exploring more planets, you're trying to find more technology, but you're also battling other races or other factions, and in the end you're all just clamoring for this gold rush
Yeah.
of alien artifacts and
Mhm.
technologies, and
And
Some
that's
of
right.
you just-
You'll never run out of MacGuffins. There's always this thing that does this thing for you.
yes.
Every day, we need that. Why? Because it does this thing. Let's go.
So it's all just gonna be continuous, like super spectacular stuff that they will be discovering, and they'll be fighting over it, and then
You know
a
that
new-
what you're saying could also be crossed over with Moonrakers. It's kind of the same. You have to do a quest, but you can be co-op with others who are trying to get into that gold rush of artifacts.
fair enough.
So that would work too. 'Cause there's your tension with the other people you're supposed to be working and negotiating with.
I like this idea. It kind of comes into contention with Twilight Imperium. That these are like massive space operas, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem with Twilight, I thought about Twilight Imperium, it is just too
I
big.
thought Twilight.
It's just-
That's a good thing that you said Imperium.
It-
Twilight the series.
Your pause was a little longer than expected. It's like the reason why I thought about Twilight, Imperium. Like,
They can't make that into a series. You know, like when the Pokemons introduced that one specific Pokemon that had the red and blue lights that cause seizures. Weekly episodes of Glittering Vampires are gonna trigger epileptic fits. So that can't happen. There's too
Yes.
much glitter.
too much bling. Too much
Yeah.
bling.
but you know, sometimes they can shine. Never mind.
You're not saving that. You're not saving that, Ron. Please try to defend Twilight, please.
I left it
Bring it.
already.
Bring it.
I left that right there. And commented you already on you having to not staying
No,
there.
but you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, just to take a step back, using one of Ron and my favorite series as a basis for alien artifacts, The Expanse, that
Mm.
The
people, so
Expanse, right?
to give you an idea of where you can take that show, you can even take, of course, the usual Star Trek series, of course,
Mhm.
that there are different sci-fi shows, but I think that the technology and the science behind The Expanse is a great, like, kind of complement,
It's
or can be like a nice foundation for what Alien Artifacts will become.
Mhm.
and that's also another actual series that's running Foundation. I heard it's really good. But so I the it also to add to that, there are no alien races in Alien Artifacts. It's still humans, I believe, and so it's not like the fantastical sci-fi. It's really
Mhm.
like explorers or
Ah.
cyborgs. So that's the techie part. But you're the magic, just like in Expanse, the magical component
Is from
is
the
the
artifact.
alien artifacts itself.
You mean the
Those are
fiction
the ones
part?
that break the reality, but everything else, it's just going to be still human connection, human conflict. So
Yeah.
I think that's
I
why
only
they
Right.
make
require.
a great.
I only have one requirement, and I'm sold. It has to have a Rick and Morty crossover.
Sure, no
Or,
problem.
or Final
Done.
Space. Final
And
Space.
final space, chocolatey. Okay.
All
And
right,
Denmark.
Mark,
my turn. My number one is an offshoot from Alvin, and it's My Little Scythe. So the premise of My Little Scythe
Oh,
is that you have small factions who are trying to rule the kingdom. This is your next My Little Pony, dude.
do
It can
you
run
want
for
this, like, you want it animated like full Dora the
yes,
Yeah.
Explorer?
yes. It's
Yeah.
gonna be that way. You
It's
like
gonna be a kid
you're
show.
trying to be the
Yeah. So
rulers.
basically, you're going to introduce the concept of murder to children by throwing
No, that's it.
pies.
You're
No,
gonna
just
be
throw
you're gonna
pies.
be they're
Yeah.
gonna have to choose. Are you gonna be rulers of this kingdom by being friends to all, by giving them apples and gems, or throwing pie on their faces? And
Sounds
that's
like
bad.
indoctrination, sir.
And that's bad. So it could run for like it's the whole series. There's like 6 factions right now with the expansion. It's gonna be bumped up to 10, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a whole series for you.
Yeah.
It's your next My Little Pony and Friends, or
Yeah,
Care
and
Bears, or pick
it
whatever.
will be Milo Scythe, and then after that whole season is done, they're gonna do a My Little Scythe Teens uh, edition.
And then
and
adolescents,
then it'll be the disco.
And then the
and then you're gonna
movie,
go to 1920.
the movie is finally where they're like adults, and it's now like live action type
Come
thing.
on, dude. You can mine that game. I swear, for a whole season. I mean, if you look at the streaming services now, just look at the series that are out there, they can run for like 18 seasons, 16 seasons, 12 seasons. Dude, you can do that. You can focus on each faction, and then sometimes they interact with others. Dude, it's gonna be
Yeah, and
it's gonna be
they
amazing. Bring everybody together. That's I was I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how do I make money. There you go. That's what it goes over with. Like, it's like,
I
hey, I
agree
can
with
sell
that.
this idea. I can make money.
I kind of like the idea of normal Scythe more, because My Little
Dude,
Scythe just, I mean, I get it that it's gonna be cute and cartoonish, but there's some concepts introduced in it, just like the whole pie toss, that just, I don't
there's
know.
also magic. There's also magic that could help your pie. See, you can have plushies, you can have toys, you can. I have a whole marketing plan mapped out in my head for this one, so that's my number one.
All right.
Alright.
I have way too many to pick for my number one. Like, you could name any genre, game show, cartoon. Like, I kind of have so much already to share, but maybe we can do it afterwards. Like, I actually have a really good replacement for Game of Thrones. That you mentioned, Path of Light and Shadow. I was thinking War of Whispers. So, but
Okay,
instead, for my
I
number
skipped
one,
that one.
yeah, for my number one, I would like a show that literally starts from the end. That its opening episode is the decimation of everything. And then you just watch the remainder of the season show you how they got to that point. where four rival clans, under the dictate of their gods, just rush to the bitter end, all vying for their seat in Valhalla. And that is
Oh, Blood Rage. Cool.
You have mythology, okay, that people are already familiar with. Although, okay, fine, it is a little abused already that there's lots of examples. Like Rising Sun may not have that much relatability in terms of lore and deities, but I
Mhm.
think that people will be able to kind of accept and adapt into the world of Blood Rage really quick. The clans and stuff can always have leaders and significant characters, and it's just pure conflict. You know how it ends. They end with all of them dying. So you don't have that much investment in these characters, but instead, it really is focused more on the tension and just that pure combat in every episode. If you even want to take it further, it can be changed into ultra violent anime instead.
Yeah, that would
Like
work.
it
Like
can be
the battle scenes.
dirty
It'll
Viking
focus.
style, or it
Right.
can be like a record of Ragnarok levels of crazy.
Wow.
That would work
Nice.
too. That would work too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I actually have this something similar, but I just bumped it off because it's something kind of it has been done before, but mostly in movies. Not I don't think I know of a series that does this. So I'm gonna read an excerpt of like how I would have introduced it.
Is this
So
are you
the-
doing Kemet Clash of Titans?
The other
Cyclades.
armies bolster their defenses while others acquire the ancient lore of trade and commerce. An ancient scarab spirit
Yep,
fades
it's Kemet.
into the view
Yes,
of Kemet's
Kemet.
second
I
army.
knew it without even trying. As long as you get Dwayne, as long as you bring back Dwayne the Rock to be the Scorpion King, I'm on board.
He'll be the one
Calls
riding the
upon great
scorpion.
Snake spirit to protect his hounds. And Ojadet's people hiss in disbelief.
All right.
Kemet.
Hey guys, let's read the other comment. Boss
Yes, let's
Monster
go.
Dungeon Makeover. That would work.
No, I want Boss
Ooh.
Monster to be done in the style of The Office. That you're following the daily life of like the boss monsters. Like you can't hire good minions. Like you never find any good goblins.
And then
That
the
would
the
work.
officers or the different
Like I thought
Uh,
Denmark was gonna go with Demon Worker for that purpose.
I was
Just, like,
trying
watching
to.
the underlings.
But I also like Skio's format because it's gonna be
Makeover.
like a reality show. So it's
It's like
basically there's a dungeon
Straight eye.
and you have 24 hours to make the best dungeon. So like the
Yeah,
owner of
Make
the
it,
dungeon
like,
says,
make it like MTV Cribs. We're gonna put a pit in your pit, so when they fall in the pit, they're falling into the pit. Put spikes in your spikes. So you
That's gold.
take up
All right.
exhibit for Pimp My Dungeon.
Monopoly, the TV series. Peaky
think we
Blinders is
made-
kind of like Monopoly, the TV series. You can argue that
Mm.
it's the same. You're trying to monopolize some segment and everything else.
no, but
Basically-
there is a crucial element. Do they
You have to
pass
roll
go?
dice. Okay.
If they
Okay.
if they
and the house rules.
Is there free parking?
Yeah.
yes.
Which doesn't do anything.
Yes, but it has to be there. Otherwise it's not Monopoly.
Fine. Spectre Ops a la Top Gear.
I'm not sure how Top Gear would apply to Spectre Ops though, because there's only one car in Spectre Ops.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're gonna
Keo,
do the
you gotta
Top
explain
Gear.
it a little bit further.
Yeah.
Dark, edgy adaptation. Super Rhino. What? Chilling Adventures
So
of
from the
Super
makers of Riverdale and the chilling adventures of Sabrina from the next dark edgy
Super Rhino?
adaptation.
Yeah, how did that?
They're-
It was never dark to begin with.
So they made exactly. It's just like it's
No,
like
but
Sabrina.
if they had to explain
You know
how,
how
the
they
building
took
was being
Sabrina.
made,
No, like how the Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, used to be like a fun cartoon
Yeah,
to now this super weird,
Dark.
okay.
dark.
Well,
So they're gonna make-
I have a perfect pitch for that. Have you ever seen Ready Player One, when they explain how the stacks are made, that the
Free
container
guy.
homes just being built on top of each other, pretty much balancing act of mobile homes and containers, then okay, you can do Super Rhino that way. You have to explain how the structure is made.
How would you guys do this? Back to
Oh,
the Future.
this was on my list too. It's really good.
Quantum
This
Leap.
is Quantum Leap, exactly.
Yeah, that's Quantum Leap,
Yeah.
but
All right.
controlled. It's Assassin's Creed technically.
Take a stab. Patchwork. The whole series is about quilting and having the right buttons on it while your grandma tells a
I'm
story.
already bored.
Agricola. Caverna. Agricola.
I told
Raincoat.
you, Liam Neeson in Carcassonne.
For Raincoat, I actually have a pitch.
See? Agricola. Who will beg?
I want Agricola done as a reality TV show like Trailer Park Boys. You know, like we ran out of food, so we're eating mud.
Like
Our children have been reduced to eating wood.
Kemet
If that's the
with
case-
Gerard Butler.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Gerald Butler
No,
for
I'm sorry. He stays with 300. No,
No.
That's why it's Dwayne the Rock, man.
I'll be freaked out if I saw
They're
a rhino
fighting.
on top of an architecturally challenged building in the hood. That's Super Rhino Hero. That's basically the premise of the game. All right. So you guys have quick shout outs?
I have
Others,
so
like-
much on my short
Okay.
list. If you, I can just like throw this all out. Arnak can make a great series.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the indie series.
Okay, there TV
Wait,
show
but it's
contest.
almost always gonna be about research.
Well, there is the research side, and there's also the fighting monsters, and like oh, we found a cave, and all of a sudden there's like a two-headed dragon in it. So,
Fine. Fine.
let's see. Here, this one I actually wanted to throw in, and I don't know if it's gonna work for everyone. You've all seen Band of Brothers. You've all seen Saving Private Ryan. You want something that is dead serious that will just
Grizzled?
every episode will just slowly depress you to hell.
Oh my gosh.
The
No,
Grizzled.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
It's the bleakest show you'll ever make.
No. The Grizzles, no.
Painful.
Hyperborea could make a good show.
Yeah.
I did mention this because I don't know enough of the lore, but the Android Netrunner world has so much to work
yes.
with
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
my
definitely.
version was New
Uh,
Angeles for fighting corporations. But there's just so much in the Android Netrunner world.
Yeah,
The Falcon.
Yeah, definitely.
The Falcon guy who's in this series.
Falcon and the
Season
Winter
2.
Soldier?
Yeah, wait, they're on that track already. Where you're
Are you
slipping
talking
into,
about Altered Carbon?
yeah, that one.
Ah,
It's almost
Altered,
right
yeah.
there. It's almost there already. That one would work
Yes,
too.
yes, it is.
Altered
It
Carbon.
is almost there.
Then
Just missing the fantasy element.
cartoon animation tournament, like again, Flame of Recca and Ghost Fighter style, King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo, Cheeky Cheeky
have your,
Mages.
have your favorite kaiju fight it out. Like
Uh,
have you seen
Gekido,
the-
Ron's
have you
Gekido,
seen,
that would
have you
work
seen
too.
the scale of destruction that they've pulled off in My Hero Academia?
No, I haven't watched.
Yeah.
Every episode has like buildings just being vaporized, just like
Oh, it's
Dragon,
Dragon
Ball.
Ball
That's-
Z.
Every punch is a crater. So like
Yeah.
put in like giant robot bunnies and like aliens.
Adrenaline. You can add adrenaline to that one too. That could be an anime show too with
Me,
Everybody
I,
just
I, I
shooting
want
around.
I want the reality TV show also style where you're again talking to the this fourth wall, but it's gonna be Space Hulk Death Angel, and it's them.
that's
Trying
punishment
to get
looking
out.
for punishment, right?
So every time, because they don't sleep, right, and take a bath and stuff, so they when they have to rest and retire, they would just stand, and then they have to do their report. So when they're it's basically that part where so today we saw some 10 aliens. I shot 2, I missed 2. Yeah.
And then it was,
Surviving guy.
it was time for poo-poo time.
This one would work as a dating show.
Yeah, that could work. I also have here, and I thought it might be interesting as a cartoon series. I mean, somebody mentioned Root a while ago, and I think that would be fun. But I think Everdell as a cartoon might be fun to
That would
watch.
be
Yeah.
lots of stories too. That would be nice.
Yes.
They can pull off a lot of stories from Everdell. Uh, I have one. It's about you. From the perspective of people who tries to be famous by beheading the most famous person.
Guillotine.
Yeah, their story. Hey, dude, let me go first. No, no, no. I'm gonna behead her. It's gonna be me. That would work, dude. Never mind.
All right. So just
Ah,
from Nick, Seven Wonders, British comedy, Monty Python jokes. Sorry for the war and all.
And
Uh,
okay, I can see that. Okay, interesting. It
My
would
battle brother.
it would actually fit pretty nice in the whole Simon Pegg comedy style, like the a Shaun of the Dead type thing.
I have one more. Shipwreck Arcana, but it's gonna be the story. It's like, have you guys seen Jim Henson's Hour?
Yeah,
Remember
storyteller.
where storyteller,
Yeah.
right? You're always gonna tell the story of the muses from Shipwreck Arcana, and then you will always end the episode with you trying to guess that person's fate, the number, for so that you can interact with the audience. So that would work. There
So
are like 24 or 26 fates that you could tell stories of.
okay.
But in the Jim Henson story hour type of
Style.
setting.
So fantastical. Okay.
I remember the gambler where he was making deals with the devil and he always beat the devil. That type of stories, it kind of fits that Shipwreck Arcana theme. All right,
You
those
like
are some
my
of
space off thing. So here's
Open
like
the hatch.
another log. My battle brother accidentally
If you
opened
want
the
an
hatch.
absurd one, I was thinking of
Lost the leg.
Lemonade Stand, but done in the style,
How to
but done in the
sell.
style of The Apprentice.
How to
Oh, yeah.
sell. Yeah,
No,
that would work.
but it has to be children running a lemonade stand with celebrity guests like Terry Crews or something. And for some weird reason, that they're still treating these children like businessmen, but they're like, it's just a lemonade stand.
How much did you make? 50 cents.
No, they have to pitch. It has to be, so it's gonna be Lemon Shark or something like that, where it's like the Shark Tank. So it's gonna be like Lemon Tank, and people are like pitching their lemon stand ideas.
No, well, but wait, there's more. It's just
Yes.
every episode is that all it does? What else does it do? What else does it do?
I like
Ticket
this
to
one.
Ride as a documentary with other different trains from different countries.
But
That
but
that's
what I would like
History
for
Channel.
Ticket to Ride is actually the Ticket to Ride card game, and it's also like a reality show. But it's your interviews is always gonna be, what color of the track did I put there? I don't remember. I'm not sure.
How about Abyss?
I like this idea. It's just a little too Aquaman for me, but
Yeah.
every episode is like they're underwater, that they don't go up to the land anymore. So
It's a
it
dark,
might, it might
the
be a
deepest
little
part of
bit
the ocean.
nauseating to watch.
This works too. Mysterium could be a thriller and
Yeah.
a crime show.
Oh
That would
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. That's a really good idea.
That's a good one. I have one more.
It's-
Cutthroat Caverns.
Hey, yeah, that's good.
That would work too. Cutthroat Caverns, and
Have-
they're all adventuring and it's just trying to outdo each other at the end.
There's one
Yes.
genre I didn't mention, but I wanted to try fitting it in somewhere here. Have you ever watched Black Sails? That
Is it pirates?
actually, yeah, they made a pirate show and they actually use historical figures in it.
Mhm.
So I was thinking of like Jamaica and all of the other pirate games that I really like
Yeah.
enjoy playing. But
Black
it
Fleet.
really it feels overdone, so I didn't really do it in the list.
Yeah.
But now that you mentioned Cutthroat Caverns, there might be better pirate games that can be a better translation.
No, but Cutthroat Caverns, they're not pirates. It's like Clank. Clank and Cutthroat Caverns can actually cross over. They have the same
Okay, they have
setting.
maybe it's their gear that just looks similar.
But Cutthroat Caverns is like the whole Squid Game thing.
Yeah,
Right.
you can do it that way too. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Alrighty.
That's mostly on my list.
An hour, 30 minutes,
How
and we
about
can keep
a
on going.
home makeover show of what's the tile game
Treehouse.
that we like? No, the tile game that
Oh.
we like playing. The Summer Pavilion one.
Azul.
Azul.
Azul make home makeover.
Or
Not
Castles
a
of
home,
Mad
it's
King
just
Ludwig.
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 Castles of Mad
In
King
one
Ludwig.
season, they have to build a castle. They have X number of days, and they have to stay within budget. Like, build me a castle. Just have some
Werewolf-
crazy rich
Werewolf
guy.
could
Just
be a
like,
good series too. Werewolf.
What?
If they're gonna have a long series about it.
They
oh
have
my
too
god!
many
Every
series already
episode
about
of them like
werewolf.
accusing each other, just like
Yeah.
and it just like just tell us who it is already.
And then people are gonna be invested. Oh, maybe she's the werewolf. He's the werewolf. There you go. Anyway, so many.
I know it's like this,
Too many.
we can definitely revisit this in another episode.
Yes,
That's
we
like
will do that.
when this came to mind, so many titles came flowing in my head. I actually really appreciate so much of what everyone shared today. That there's some more ideas for me to take note of, and you know what? This might even be something that might be worth turning into material for a show, just to get people to kind of bounce ideas and see how absurd you can make it.
Yes, I'm still Discovery, Panamax. Panamax is a show relevant, current. People can relate. People can feel the
That's your
pain.
trailer. We don't know if we'll be back for season 2. Panamax.
and they would do some sort of like live viewing. They'll open up the crate. Looks like it's a Kickstarter.
Anyways, we thank you for joining us. And before we go, we would like to remind you that we are a network and we have a few more shows coming up for tomorrow and the weekend. So tomorrow, October 1 at 8 p.m., we have Monkey Plays by Dan. She's going to be unboxing Ticket to Ride Europe 15th anniversary.
Yes,
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Ticket to Ride Europe.
Oh, yeah, ba?
Flexing,
Yeah,
I
man.
see.
She's gonna be unboxing that one. I want to see how she's gonna do it. She always does this in such a way that it's so nice, it's so clear, you see everything and she explains everything so good. All right, and then at 9 p.m. me and my wife will have Straight from the Meeple's Mouth. We moved to the
Yay.
first Friday of the month because the last Friday is so crowded, so our new time slot will be the first Friday of the month. And this is episode 3, and we're going to be discussing Songbirds, that small filler game that you might see around. That's going to be happening. It's a very mathy game. 9 p.m. tomorrow. And on Saturday at October 2, 8:30 p.m., Harry Arm Cam. It's difficult to say. Harry
The hack. Harry Arm Cam with KO.
with Kyo. Okay, why can't we be friends? That's his topic at the Variable Play channels. Sunday, October 3, we have Ron solo. It's now solo brawl. No more goodbye.
Yeah. Gabay schedule has changed, so he's unable to join me. So I'm
That's okay.
there alone. If you guys want to watch me squirm,
So it's self-torture now.
Yes.
8 a.m. And at 9 p.m., we have here Sir Javi for Sunday Night Magic.
Night Magic!
What are we talking about? What are you be talking about?
I'm still thinking of it, actually.
But it certainly has to be about Magic Commander.
I have 2 possible topics for this coming Sunday, and I'm just trying to kind of feel out which one has more content, because last week I kind of really went overboard in like my top list for the Midnight Hunt set went over 40 cards. So I have to kind of like really cull the list as much as I want to talk about everything. This is not. No one's gonna stick around for that show.
And you could also go back to our other shows like last Tuesday, G's at the Table with Morgan at Roni. You can find it here in our
Yeah,
channel.
that was a good episode about heavy games.
our love-hate relationship with heavy games. You can check it out here on the Variable Play channel. And this one I love. He's doing the Lord's work. Cardboard Buzz, Ivan, with board gaming with strangers. Dude,
Yes.
he just goes on Omegle, and then whoever shows up is like, "Hey, do you want to play a board game? You want to see how people react? It's amazing how people."
Yeah, dude, props to him.
I
That
am
I cannot see
amazed.
myself doing that. The patience of this man.
No, plus I can the first guy who went there. I mean, the second guy. Oh, the guy was shirtless. When he actually said, "Sir, you lifted my spirit up," that was it. That was everything already.
Yeah.
When that guy said that, oh, there. That's why we do what we
That's
do.
why
So
he's doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
if you want to see how you spread, there's really no excuse not to share board or not how to share board games, right? You can always find a way on how you can share the love of board games. You can check out Cardboard Boss at his channel on YouTube or here also at Variable Play. So you see, we have lots of content. You can pick which one you want. Lots of great contributors. You can also check out Pilipintados. They have theirs also on our channel and on their channel. It's everything about miniatures, about painting. So we have board games with Edwin. I'm sorry, video games with Edwin. And I learned a lot from that one too. So there's a lot in our channel. Just pick whichever you want. You can watch it and support the contributors on our network.
Yes, here.
Yes. So thank you everyone who has stayed. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that wishful
Yeah,
thinking
interesting episode,
episode.
yeah.
Wishful thinking, yeah.
Yes, but I think we discovered a lot of really good ideas. If you only have the budget.
And
It's cool.
just
Yeah.
remember who pitched these ideas. We expect
Yes.
some credit.
copyright
Copyright.
registered trademark. You got all of this. RCTM. There you go. We got that. All right.
Thank you everyone for staying. Thank you for watching. We hope you guys stay safe. Try to get vaccinated. Try to get
Yes, please.
Try to register.
To vote.
And
Yes,
to
please.
vote. And until next time, see you guys
And
next
keep
week.
safe. Keep
See
gaming.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Play more old games. Bye.